What's up, YouTube family? This is Mona of Mona Reacts. And today I am going to give you kind of like an editorial of how I feel about certain stories in hip hop. All right, so I want to talk about what's been going on with Kanye. I'm a little concerned. So let's start back, or let's start with the most recent. There are rumors right now going around that Kanye and his wife are seeking individual divorce lawyers. I'm seeing that it's happening, but then I'm seeing other stories that this is just a rumor that's being debunked by Kanye's representative. He states in some articles that they did spend time together for Valentine's Day and they're both in LA doing fine. The only thing I could say about that is to stay tuned, because sometimes they just like to debunk things until it actually happens. So we'll see. But you know what? Let's talk about the things that led up to this rumor of the two of them allegedly seeking a divorce. Okay, so as we all know, on February 2nd of this year, the Grammys took place. And what was probably one of the biggest stories, or the biggest Grammy winners of the night, Kendrick Lamar. He won 5 Grammys. Many of them, if not all of them, were for the song Not Like Us, which is involved in a beef between him, Kendrick, and Drake. So I've also been looking at some news stories about how Kanye feels like he's been pushed out of the spotlight because of this beef between Kendrick and Drake. See, if you look back to last year, at the beginning of the beef, even before the different songs came out between Kendrick and Drake, there was a like that remix that came out that Kanye put out, which was his contribution to the beef. But if you think about it, it was funny, it was hilarious, but it's forgotten. It didn't get the same credit that Kendrick, or maybe even Rick Ross or some of the other people, The Weeknd, it didn't get the same. I asked my husband about it the other day, about Kanye's his diss track towards Drake, and he was like, oh, he had one too? So it was kind of forgotten about. So I think that Kanye kind of feels a certain kind of way about the fact that because Kanye already had beef with Drake, going way back to with his marriage with Kim Kardashian and Drake, and different rumors there and all of that. So for Kendrick to come in and just kind of take over, I think that Kanye felt a certain kind of way. There's some other videos out there in social media land showing that Kanye hired his own personal, like, camera person, cinematographer, and this person follows him around as needed when Kanye has things that he wants to say. There's some video out there now where Kanye is stating how next year I'm gonna be on the NFL halftime show. So I don't know. It just seems like he's concentrating so heavy on Kendrick. And then we go back to February 2nd, 2025, the night of the Grammys. And who steps out on the red carpet? Kanye and his wife in this full floor-length fur coat. And then what appears to me, a conversation. You know, they slow down, they stop. And it almost looks as though she was trying to talk him out of the request to take the coat off. I don't even know if it was originally talked about or in the plans that she was going to take her coat off. Now, the part of her wearing that sheer dress that revealed everything, a lot of people are not surprised that she wore something like that. There's like a photo of her sitting down totally naked with a pillow on, and that was like supposed to be her outfit. So that was one. She never removed the pillow, but it appeared as though she didn't have anything on. And then there's another photo of her almost topless, and then she has on like these neon pants. I think they're like kind of walking down the street with this outfit. So her wearing revealing things is not surprising. I think it appears in the video that I'm talking about where they're having this conversation on the red carpet a couple seconds before she takes off the coat. I don't think that she knew. She was cool with wearing this sheer dress and then the fur coat over it, but I think she thought that that was all it was going to be that night. I'm just going to have on this sheer coat, this sheer dress with the coat, and that's going to be my outfit. Him wanting to take it to another level of her taking it off in front of all of these reporters and cameramen, it seemed as though she was thinking this wasn't part of the plan. I didn't know I was going to do all of this. But she did it anyway at his request, and he stood there like, yeah, almost as though, in my opinion, I'm going to take some of the shine away from Kendrick's accomplishments tonight, and everybody's going to talk about us, which was almost the case. However, when you have a man of influence like Kendrick, that's not going to take away the shine of this man's accomplishments. And the sad part is that Kanye was that man at one point, the guy of influence, the guy that kind of changed the game of hip hop. When hip hop started to get boring and we got this up and coming music producer, people were paying him to make beats for him. That's how he started off. And then he had to go through all kinds of stuff to prove to the record industry that not only do I know how to make beats, but I know how to rap and I know how to write. And everybody was so proud of him, and he influenced so many young people, aspiring rappers, aspiring producers. He was the influence. But it seems to me like his ego is just completely taken over. Not only the news about he and his wife and her stripping down at the Grammys, but this whole neo-Nazi talk on X, talking about, his admiration for Hitler and his admiration for Diddy. Get Diddy out of prison. And him, trying to sell these swastika t-shirts, which eventually his site was taken down because they said that he was not following protocol with what to put on his site. So eventually his site was taken down and he was no longer able to sell these t-shirts online, which I think is very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. I know he wants to get controversy and be newsworthy by all means, but not at the expense of disrespecting a whole set of people. Come on. What I was kind of irritated with Elon Musk is, okay, so this man starts talking all of this neo-Nazism on X, and the only reason why you took down his post is because he put up porn. So had he not ever put up those explicit videos, would his neo-Nazi rants still be posted? How do I feel about that? I know there is freedom of speech. Should his post be taken down because of freedom of speech? But I don't know. I'm so confused, because to be honest with you, I'm not even really sure what that First Amendment, the strength of that First Amendment today is, due to a whole lot of other things, but I'm not going to go into politics and all of that. There was an article recently of an interview of Bianca's mother, who's in Australia, and she said that she really didn't want to comment. Me and my family just want to be living at peace, no comment. But she did say that in her opinion, that Kanye still is obsessed with Kim. This is his mother-in-law saying this. So it appears to a lot of people that Kanye is just asking. The man is screaming for help psychologically. Since his mother died, it doesn't seem like he really has that close person that he can go to help keep him together. The one person that he thought he can go to after his mother passed away, which was Kim, that marriage didn't work out. He ranted against his mother-in-law, Kris Jenner, and I don't think their relationship is the same anymore. It looks like, in my opinion, the only person he really has is his daughter North, but she's just a little kid. She's 9, 10 years old. What I don't like is all the parading of naked bodies and the porn and all of that with his daughter around, who's old enough to not only see what's on social media, because it looks like her mom does allow her to get on social media. Maybe she has some parameters. But what about your friends at school? Some of those people may see, or maybe their parents are seeing what's going on. And then the kids hear what's talked about. And then they go to school and talk about her dad and her mom, talking about Northwest. So people have to think when they do things, and you have children, just because they're young doesn't mean that they can't get access and not hear about what you're doing. And once you do stuff in social media, it's on there forever. So yeah, I think a lot of people, including myself, are very concerned about Kanye and his mental health, and his jealousy. I mean, he's very talented. Just because you don't have the limelight now doesn't mean that you can't get it back on your own. But when you resort to foolery like he's been up to lately, just to get the spotlight back on him, it doesn't shine as bright as it would have if it would have been more organic. Meaning, come out with some good music and let everybody remember how great Kanye is. Because no matter what he does, people still defend him. That just goes to show how influential he was when he first came out. People still defend his behavior. But there's going to get to a point where you're no longer defensible. And it's almost starting to look like that today. That's really all I have to say. It's very tiring because I was one of those people that admired Kanye. Here we go again with another artist who we have to separate the man from the artist. You got R. Kelly, you have to separate the man from the artist. But some acts are so egregious where you can no longer do that. You have to separate yourself from both. Please don't become that person, Kanye. Please. So many young boys and girls still look up to you. And some of us adults do too. All right? So I wish you the best. That's all I really have to say. All right, so please comment, please like, please subscribe. Let me know what you thought about this reaction. And don't forget to hit notification, okay, so that you can get updates on my videos. But definitely don't forget to share, okay? And let everybody know that Mona reacts. All right, y'all have a good one.